Hello, welcome to Creating the Mind Space, to a very busy and very productive table. I've been looking at spirit dolls and decided to make my own, seeing I had most of the components that's needed really. This is one I made this morning and yesterday. See, she's got opening. She has got opening, and you can't really see on there, but she has got opening and closing eyes. She or he. She's a vintage doll, but she didn't have any arms, so she's got a twig, eucalyptus twig through there. I've added all these dangles and charms and trinkets. Many of them are vintage, and little skulls. There's wings. These are feathers that I collected on the beach, and I've laminated them. You can see them sparkling. There's a little bottle that I made here, little potion bottle. There's a bone, faux bone, and a faux bird skull. So this is available in my shop, and I'm going to have a go at making another. So that little dolly, I decided was for protection. So as I made her, I set the intention for protection. And I thought it'd be quite nice, maybe at the side of your bed with her eyes open, particularly during the night. But at some point in the day, perhaps close them so she can rest her eyes a little bit. Right, so what have we got here? I haven't got lots of heads and faces and things. I've got this is an Annabelle face that I made out of resin. I've got one of the larger bird's skulls. And then from my broken dolls, I've got this head. And I've got this little head. So I'm not sure which to use. Here I've got a selection of twigs and things, a shell there, and these are mainly what I've collected off the beach. These are some eucalyptus, very strong twigs. So I've got these here, the bodies. I've got this piece of wood, which is some driftwood, and I found this stone. Is it unusual? I don't know if it's a fossil, but I thought that on there with a face, if I painted that face, or with the bird's face, would look really good. However, and that is the one I'll probably do on there, but I'm going to have a go with one of these heads. So let's find my twigs. So you basically need a body and you need the arms. So whatever length your body is, your arms should be about half that length. So I'm thinking those and that. Oh, might be a bit chunky, those arms. Let's have a look. I could do some arms with that one. I could perhaps, I'm going to cut this bit off. This is not pre-planned at all now. I'm working totally from my own head. If we put that on to there, then it's sort of working out where you'd want your body, the length of your body. So I'd probably go for a body about that length there. Let's have a look if any of these fit that. Oh, and I could sort of stand that up, but I'm not going to use that. Oh, that is about that length. Let's see if the doll's head fits in onto that. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. So there, and then the arms. Let's have a go with that. Okay. Yeah, we'll go for that. So first of all, I'm going to, I'm running out of glue. I'm on got a glue issue. So first of all, I'm going to put some glue on here. Now, spirit dolls have been around for a long time. I mean, at one time, they were just sticks, just cross sticks and bound and... Oh, wrong head. I put some more glue on. How did I pick up the wrong head? Originally, they were just sticks and bound and shaped out of fabric, etc. to look like bodies. They've been used so much over the years for... Am I in frame? For different spiritual things. And... sorry, I'm just looking where I want this to be. And sometimes they've been used sort of in the hoodoo and voodoo and puppets in by witches. But I'm using them in a spiritual manner of protection. So this, I've decided, is going to be another protection. So I'm going to put those arms about there. So I'm going to get some twine. This is where I'll probably knock the camera. No, I haven't. So I've got just some thick string, thin rope. I don't know, whichever. And I am going to pop some glue onto there. Pop that onto there. Whereabouts I think it should be. Pop a bit of glue on there. And I'm just going to bind those together. Let me cut some of this. I'm probably going to take off a couple of feet of this. About 60 centimetres. I'm getting a bit more accurate with my feet in inches now. I'm going to hold that and I'm going to start and twine these, and I am going to, you see, cross them around just going to take that around, cross it back, cross it. So I'm just like binding it and binding it. Take it around. These little bits on the twigs come in handy for that. So these twigs will have been found on beaches in Northumberland. I do a lot of beach scavenging in Northumberland. Some will have been found when I went to Scotland. It might be easier to glue the head on after, but I have a drawer in my craft room and I just put things that I find that I think are interesting when I'm on the beach. I just pop them in there. So just keep going round. Perhaps I should have left an end to tie it to. I'm going to go round there and back over here to the back, and I will just glue it at the back. Just hold that for a minute or two. So you've got the basic shapes of the doll there. Yeah, I bought a jar of Broken dolls off eBay. I'm sure I've got some in my loft as well, you know, from when I was a little girl myself. So these are the bits I've been using. And if I'm out anywhere at craft fairs, not craft fairs, car boot sales, etc., I do pick dolls and things up. Right, what am I going to do next? I'm going to use some like cushion stuff in here. I'm going to wrap this doll just to chunk her up, and I'm going to get some, this is just cream coloured cotton, which I'm going to cut into about 1.5 inch strips. Well, I'm going to tear them so that I can bind the body up to get the shape that I want. So I'm just cutting down and I'm just tearing like that. I'm not bothered about all these little dangly bits and things. The bits of frayed cotton. That's a tough piece. It doesn't want to tear. So how have you been keeping? Well, I hope. Well, I've been well, but I've had a lot of family trials and tribulations. That's why I've not been on for a while. But I'm not going to go into them. So I'm just wrapping this. Looks like cotton wool. You could use cotton wool. You could use old tights. And you just put that around. And we're going to get the shape that we want. Now, you might think, gosh, that's a bit chunky, but once we've found it, it will be a lot slimmer. I want some down the legs as well. So you can use, go into the garden and look for sticks and all sorts, you know, to make your dolls with. If I take a stick, they're not from the garden, they're normally not, just doing that crossover over the shoulders there, they are normally quite soft, aren't they? So either leave them in the cupboard for a little bit, leave them in here like your airing cupboard or something to dry out, or because these are off, mine are mainly off the beach, they're already very, very hard twigs. Right, I'm just wrapping this around the body here. Push some of that. Let's undo that. It's looking a bit skinny, a bit too skinny. The other one, with it being a doll, I didn't really need to use much of this because it already had a good shape of its own. Got a little tickle now in my throat. Why is it the minute you start a video or you start talking to somebody that you get this feeling? Now you can make it as chunky or as slim as you want because of the humpback bit there, because of the arms. I'm just going to put a little bit more up there. So this is such an important part of the doll making process, because this is your foundation. Well, as in anything, your foundations are so very, very, very important. So let's just get that in there. That's better. That's better. There we go. I'm just going to glue that bit down there. Come on. I've got one glue decanting into another glue. So expensive, this Fabri-Tac though. You can just use tacky glue, PVA glue, whatever. I'm using up this Fabri-Tac, but it's just difficult to decant from one to another. Don't want to decant. Right, let's do that. At this point, you could put some herbs in for protection as well, if you wanted to. You know, to wrap them in the binding. We'll go down, we'll go down to there. Take that to the point. And we'll start coming, get it nice and tight down there and start and come back up again. Here we go. I'm going to take that back around. Take these bits off. Them was with my nursing scissors when I was a nurse. I've had them a long, long time. I've been retired a while from nursing, so right, I'm going to be looking at about here. I'm just going to use these bits of threads just to tie that across there. She says, it's not wanting that. Just going to do that. Right, I'm just going to get now another piece of batting, and so I'll just cut another piece. I'm getting a thinner piece now, and I'm just going to go over the top and sort of finish it all off so it looks neat. I think I've lost my strength as well. In England in the 15, 16, 1700s, or the United States, or in Europe, you would have been, or I would have been burned at the stake for this. Right. Just gone tightly around the neck there and just wrapping. Let's have a look. Wrapping, twisting. Let's go around that arm again. You will know, I can't tell you exactly when yours is right. I'll give you measurements, etc., because you will know yourself when yours is right. Now at this point, you could slip a little prayer in if you wanted to do, or a little affirmation, whatever you want to do. You could, like I say, put the herbs in the layers. You could put some charms in the layers. I am a healer, spiritual healer. So as we have been going along, I have been mentally, that's why I keep going quiet, I've been mentally telling this dolly what we need it to do. And that is, it is there to protect from bad energy, bad spirit, bad omens, bad anything. And it is not, I must stress, it is not, let's pull all that up there, it is not a voodoo doll or a hoodoo doll, so we don't want any pins. It's not for pins being stuck in. This is purely for love and protection. Just do that around there. Bring this back up. There we go. There we are. We've got a nice shape. Don't know how we've got all that down there. Right. Just put on another bit of glue on the back of there. yeah, people look at these dolls, spirit dolls, and immediately think, oh, it's for bad deeds. They're evil. They're not. They're not. They can be, but these aren't. Because these are imbued with beautiful energy. Right, so now I am going to take some thread, because I'm going to wrap a bit around the arms and around the legs. I don't know how that happened. That literally jumped off my top shelf, which is over to the right there. Right, so I've got this thread. I can't remember what it's made, what it is. I just can't remember. It's some thread I bought online. I liked it because it's just this natural colour and it is so soft. And I'm going to cut some. I can't remember what the thread's called, but it's all different sort of thicknesses. If you can remember, if I remember what it's called, well, I will look it up. I will put a link down below. Right, so I want some thread. Then I want to choose my silks for this. Now, I love this green. I love the green. I think that is really, really pretty. This I got, you know those rugs that I got it in a sale, charity shop. So it's a rug, and they're all like rolled up, and they're all different silks, and they're all tied together. That's what this was. It was a rug. That's quite nice too. That red and green go nice together. It's got the elephants on. It's pretty. Right. So I pick my colours and then I make a bit of space here. So there's some that I'd previously dyed yellow. I will move all of these twigs. Now we'll move this up. Are we in shot? Yes, we are. So what I do here is I will decide what colour I want to use. So I'm actually going to go with some yellow, and I'm going to put some red with it. So I'll go to my inks and find a red, which I know I've got somewhere. See, it's not planned out, that's why the red wasn't there. I just opened the bag and saw the colours and thought, right, we'll go for that. I'm sure I've got a red. Festive berries. I knew I had. So these are the range of inks that I use. The red and all the yellow. Just put my others away. So what I do is I will get a length of this. So I'm going to do the arms with the red. So I need quite a chunk of it there. And I will cut it. And then I get my Distress Oxide and I will put it on the glass like that. Some water. She says, where's the water? Here it is. I'll just spray the water onto that. Now here's the messy bit. You might want to put gloves on. I don't want to, it doesn't bother me. And I'll put that in there and There goes the red. Then I'll spray the fibres. I find too putting them on damp also when they tighten up, when they dry they tighten up. Oh, red. It's a lovely pinky red, which I thought would go with this pinky red on here. I'll rub it between my hands. I like to do it like this because you get an uneven coverage. So that will do for the reds. And then the yellow, I do exactly the same. So I'll get the yellow and I'll put it on. Spray it. I've already got some. Here it is. And make that. Let's do this. This is where, if you're a mixed media artist, you need to, well, I think you need to not be afraid of getting your hands dirty. Doing some stuff with my mum the other day. My mum is a drawer. She likes to draw. On one of the Facebook groups I'm in, I got awarded Artist of the Day, and my mum said, but you can't draw. And I said, just because I can't draw doesn't mean I'm not an artist. But my mum is a drawer, so my mum, this would be quite shocking to my mum, and she can't even stand a bit of glue on her hands. Right, let's get back to where we were. Like these two hagstones, you know, with the hole through. Right, magical stones. Right, we're 27 minutes in, so I need to get a move on. So, oops, here is our dolly, and I'm going to bind the leg first, the one leg. So I'm going to take my twine, and I'm going to leave a little bit dangling, and then wherever I choose to, I am going to twine that around, and I'm going to keep that in so that is finished off inside. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a little bit of glue down here. I believe the native Red Indians used spirit dolls, spirit sticks, quite a lot for different health related issues, for healing, for protection, for fertility. When I was in Peru last year, we saw some fertility dolls. So, you know, people have been using these since ancient times. I was watching a program about the fallen angels and on Netflix, and there it talked about, it showed the dolls that had been used for fertility during sort of biblical, even really pre-biblical times as well. So there we go. That's covered that. Put some glue there. Put that there. Cut that bit off. Never throw your bits away. Keep your bits, you might need them. Cut that little dangly bit off. There is the bottom wrapped. Then the arms, I'm going to do with the pink wrapping. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here, and then I'm going to wrap. Again, leave a little bit dangling and wrap. It's get a bit knotted. I'm going to take it back. Whoop. That's it. Let's cut that little bit off there. You can use glue around the menage. You could use, what's it to do these? Wool. You could use like the tapestry wool. You can quite often pick those up at charity shops. So you could use wool, tapestry wool. You could use the silks that you might use for embroidery as well. They'd be good, quite good to use. My daughter's downstairs painting. I have a Children's Day nursery and she's just doing some, she's been helping out there today, and they've asked her to paint some sticks because she's quite creative. They said to her, oh, could you paint us some, what are they called, wooden spoons? So she paint faces on the wooden spoons, you know, like different emotions and different things for the children to use. So again, that is another form of a wooden doll, of a puppet. I remember when I was little having wooden spoons, puppets. We used to make them on the ground, and then we'd put claws on them, you know, wrapping a piece of fabric around. Right, I'll just finish that off there. So while I'm doing this and talking to you, I am thinking, you know, loving thoughts that I want to go into this doll. So there's the arms wrapped, the legs wrapped. We've got the shape of the body. So now we need to dress it. So this is what I like, this green silk. And I'm going to just, does silk tear? I don't know. Probably not. Oh yes, it does. There we go. It's not torn very straight, but it has torn. Let's cut that bit off there. And then let's see how we go with this. So if I take it there, take that around there. Bring this around the body. That's nice. Yeah, so I'm going to pull that down, and I'm going to secure this around the body there. Let's just turn her over, then I can pull this tighter and just fasten that off, something like that. Yeah, the chindie rug, that's it. So I bought the chindie rug. It was about £5 at charity shop, a thrift store. And then when you undo the chindie rugs, it's all these offcuts of silk and sari silk, if you're lucky. well, actually, no, it is. You're unlucky, actually. You've more chance of being unlucky and not getting the silks than you have of getting the silks, because you will get the silks. Let's take this up. Let's bring this around. I'm going to bring that around the neck. Up. It's a little bit loose. Needs to dry. Let's bring that around the neck. Fasten that there. Do that. Neck I need to pull in at the back here. So remember, you're not doing a designer outfit here, you're doing a doll. Yeah, it wants to be neat and it needs to be tidy, but it's straightforward wrap. See, look at that, it's coming along really, really nice. I need to do something with that neck. Right, so I'm going to put some more glue on the neck so that I can pull that in there, and then I'm going to do that there. Then at the body, I could put some more of the green on, or I could actually bob this around here. Now we have got a little bit there, so if I put that there like that, bring that like that, so that gives us a piece over the shoulder, covers up my little patch, and oh, we get that nice. Can you see that's where it was sewn into the rug? And just wrap this around. I like that. I do like that. I like this as well. That how it's just wrapped and wrapped and wrapped and wrapped around. Let's put some glue on it to fix it. There we go. You see the length of it? Yep. Starting to come together now. I've got this. I mean, I could always put that maybe around the head. I could put it as a scarf maybe, or I just might not use it at all. Nope, I'm not going to use it at all, but I'm going to put some more glue on there. Might add it after. I'll just have to wait and see what I decide to do. So what I did next is I got some wire. Let me get my wire. It's on this desk somewhere. This is nice as well. Where is my wire? It's going to be right under my nose, and it is. So I got my wire. These are my wires. And I pick tight this silver wire, and it is I don't know what, looks about 2 millimeters, and I worked sort of worked out how much I would need to wrap around the body. So I took my length and I just sort of took it there, wrapped it around. So I can't give you a measured length, you would need to work that out yourself. Work out how far down the body I wanted it to go. I'll probably take it onto the yellow. I want some twists in it as well, so I'm just going to have a little bit extra and get my cutters and cut. So there's my wire. So I have here, I have a little pot of beads, little beads, and I have these. Now these are all little charms and things that I've gotten collected over the years. So I'm going to take my wire. I'm just going to get hold of it at one end, and I'm going to get my wire straighteners. You don't need to do this, but I like to do it just to straighten out any kinks. So there's my piece of wire. So I'm just going to about here, because I'm going to have some to tuck away down the back, because I don't want, in fact I'll just curve that, then it doesn't stick. You see what I'm doing, moving the pliers to get that round. So then about, let me put some threads, let me put some beads on first. So onto my wire, I'll pick out these beads and I just, she says she just puts them on. Yes, I do. Just put them on and let the beads fall. I'm just sitting down now. I just let the beads fall. I'll probably put about 6 on. And these are all beads. A lot of them are vintage. The beads that I've just collected off necklaces and things that I've bought. Sometimes I do buy beads if I've not got a specific colour. So I've got a few beads there, held on by the loop at the end. So now I get my round nose pliers. I pick a point. So there is about 1 centimetre or so there. And I just wrap that around and twist. So there I've got a loop. So that when it's on the doll I can just dangle something from. Then I go again with about another 6 beads. 1, 2, 3. I'm having a rubbish time seeing these beads. You can fast forward over this if you don't want to watch. I've got some little skulls here. I've not learned how to edit yet, so you would have to fast forward if you don't want to watch me threading all these beads. I find it very, very therapeutic. So I've put about 6 on. I'm going to find a spot. I'm going to take it down and just wrap it around. And then I'm going on with my next 6. 1. You don't have to do 6, it's your choice. Let's put some more colours in. I end up with all the dull colours because I'm picking out all my favourite colours. Up, the red one, an orange one. Oh, it's disappeared. disappeared, a purple one. It's, I mean, I don't know what you think about dolls and protection and health, and I believe it's every man to themselves. What you believe, I respect, and it is nice. It is nice sometimes and comforting to people to have these sort of things with them, like carrying a crystal. You know, the properties and value, properties in crystals, properties in herbs. You know, these are like some people's comfort blankets. And I would never, there is the magical effect of them, but I would never, never say to anybody I didn't believe in that, because, well, one, I do, but if I didn't, you know, it's still that person's, their belief, and if that belief is helping them, who am I, who are you to say, well, that's a load of rubbish, because that is what some people do say. When I showed my mum this one, she said, oh, that's a beautiful doll. She said, what are you going to do with that? Are you putting it on your fireplace? To which I said, well, it's a protection doll, Mum. To which she said, that is rubbish. To which I said, what do you mean? Knowing full well what she was going to say. And yes, I'm correct. She doesn't believe in anything like this at all. She believes in the Bible, which I believe in the Bible. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I believe in all things spiritual, and I'll have a look and I'll have a find out about all different things. And to me, if an item purely helps somebody, then that is the right item for them. I mean, the herbal medicinal value of plants, we've known that for sort of ever, haven't we? Plants have been used. Most medicines are made from plants. They don't like to tell us which ones, because, I mean, we do know some of the plants, but the big drugs companies would say no, because they want to make a lot of money out of medicines and things, don't they? That they have us buy. Sometimes I just can't believe it. Sometimes I pay for a prescription and she'll say, well, if you just buy this over the counter, it's £3.64 or what have you. And I've just paid like, oh, I don't know what it is now. Is it nearly £10 for a prescription? So, yes, I'm a great believer in alternative medicines. And if it works for you, even better. I'm a spiritual healer, so I am obviously, I believe implicitly in healing energies. I love to work with energy. So to me, over these centuries, these dolls have been imbued with energy. So yeah, they'd work. It's all about intent and belief. We're getting there, slowly but surely. It's looking really pretty, isn't it? Let's do another little... It'd be great if I could learn how to edit this. My daughter might know. She'll say she doesn't know, but yet she'll do her own. What she really means is I can't be bothered, Mum, because I'm doing something else. Because life's just too short, isn't it? When you're of a certain age, you feel like you've just got to get everything done all at once. Mind you, as you get older, you feel like you've got to do everything all at once, because, boy oh boy, does time pass quickly. So this is I find this very meditative, putting these beads on, threading beads. I could sit just threading beads all day long. All day long. Let's put some pinks on. Some red. And boy, oh boy, does the world need some healing at this moment in time. There's some atrocities, horrible, horrible things going on. What mankind does to mankind is pretty unbelievable. Okay. My daughter must be talking to her dad because she just said, can you pick up a bottle of milk and can my mum have some wine? She knows me well. I'm sorry, it is really boring watching me thread these. I would certainly be whizzing through this video if I was watching it, and when I watch it I will do. But I will promise I'll have a look at how I can edit it. If you know how to edit them, if you send me a link, and then I can have a look for the future. So my Etsy shop is called Mindspace by Sharon. And there's a few bits and bobs on there, including that little doll. I've not been doing this part of the... well, I started doing it in summer, but then with my son being poorly, my son's been extremely poorly, extremely. So I've had to take some big amounts of time out from it. He's going to be going into hospital soon for a while. We're just trying to, I don't know, just trying to sort things out at the moment. Got a lot to sort out before he goes in. I'm nearly getting there, folks, nearly there. So yeah, some really serious mental health. I don't know if any of you've got sons or husbands or brothers, but to get a male to talk and open up about mental health is very, very difficult. And it's been a long summer, put it that way. A long summer and a long autumn. But things are starting to move as he is beginning to accept that he needs the help. Nearly there, guys, nearly there. Which is good, But it's just getting to that point. It's just getting to that point. Let me have a look for another. Oh, that owl. A wise owl, I might put that on. Or button, a little tiny button. So with this, I would put it on. Yeah, men are just not talkers. I mean, my girls tell me everything. I know they're feeling virtually all the time, every day. I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. I'm not feeling well, this is worrying me. But boys, no, very, very different. Make sure you put the skulls on the right way up as well for the way that you're winding it around your doll. Yeah, so boy, have I prayed. Boy, oh boy, have I fed him herbs. Boy, oh boy, have I administered healing. Boy, oh boy, have I sent healing to him. And we're getting there. We are getting there, and we will be there, and he will be well. Been this morning to see somebody else for an assessment. It's like, how many assessments does a person need? A lot in some cases. I don't know if that's going to go on there. Oh, no. So I'm just so grateful for the doctors and nurses and sort of ancillary workers and everyone that's been there for him and helping him as we've gone through this tumultuous journey, not only to help him but have been there to support the family as well. My son he has his own house, but we have a dog, Boadicea, beautiful spaniel, and she has spent most of her summer and autumn backwards and forwards to my son's, because she has been such a spiritual connection for him. She's just been his everything. The comfort that she has given him has been unreal. On his darkest days, that dog, she seems to know exactly how to respond to everything, exactly what to do when he needs help. She just knows. That sixth sense that dogs have is just absolutely amazing. Right. I'm going to stop. Yay. I bet you're thinking, yay, thank goodness. Listening to me witter on. While I'm wittering, I'm praying at the same time, along with making this. So I can multitask, and that's why you hear me. Well, when you don't hear me at times. So can you see all along? So the beads are all along, but every 1.5 inches or so, I've put these little loops, and these are so that I can dangle things from the body of the doll. So now I'm just going to put a bit of glue on here, on the end bit there. And I'm going to bob that under the clothing there. And then I'm going to start. So I've got one of those little loops there. So there'll be something hung there. Something hung there. And then you just literally, something hung there. You just wind, or I just wind. Something hung there. I just wind that around and around and around. Now I am not going to make you sit and watch me hang all these things on. I just wanted you to get the general idea. If you need to, I'll show you how I hang one on, and then if you want to see the finished item, it will be in my Etsy store. Now I need to put this, I'm going to put that there, the end. Oh, little flower. Nope. Ridiculous. I am going to get a piece of the, where have I put it? Help me. I'm going to get a little piece of the silk. I'll just pop that over there. So of course I can't find it. So that is no matter. Just take a piece of other silk, sari silk. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to put some glue all around this bit here. to cover up that end. And I am going to just wrap that around there, like that. So there is the virtually finished doll. Head is gluing on. So what I would do next is literally shove all that to one side. So I get my owl, and then I would get some jump rings from, well, you can get them at Hobbycraft. I just tend to order mine online. Now I'm going to put 2 jump rings on this so that I get a better dangle. Everything, can you see everything sticking to me? So I'm going to get a jump ring, just open it up. Do not pull them apart, because getting the back together is the most difficult bit of all. So I'm going to now put those jump rings together. Then I'm going to take another jump ring, and I like to do this because I think you get a better sort of dangle. I'm going to take another jump ring, pull that apart, put it on the owl jump ring I've just put on, and then I'll find somewhere, so like there, put my jump ring together. I'm having some Indian food for tea tonight, really looking forward to it. That's the sound, it's just reminding me, and I've dangled that off there, can you see? Yeah, let's do another. So I made, oh, let's do this. Oh, look at this. This is a dangle that I've made previously using beads, and there's a skull. So let's do exactly the same. It's got orange on it, so it's so, I know it's sort of salmony red. I know it's not orange, but you know, humour me. Humour me. So I'm going to do this. You end up with that many bits and pieces out. That's why I don't know where anything is. Let's move them before they tip all over. But this is what I'm like. I am a messy worker. And everything I make, my daughter says, can I have that? Can I have that? Yeah, she is. She'll probably say, can I have that? What do you think, Olivia? Mm-hmm. This one? I like it. She likes it. Which is another way of saying, can I have that? She'd probably say, can I have that for dangling in my car? To offer me protection while I am diving. I'm just going to hang that, clip it there. So I have all sorts of beads and clips and all sorts of things I can fasten on. Things I just collect. So that is dangling on there, you can see. So I will finish that off, and it will have dangles all over. And how pretty does it look? What do you think, Olivia? No. She's nodding her head. Do you like a head? Yeah. Doesn't look too small? No. Wonderful. So that is how I make a spirit doll. Like I say, you can write on a piece of paper and put it in. You can put herbs in with it. I think I might do that on the next one. Or as I have been doing, as we've gone along, I've actually been blessing this as I've gone along. When I finish, I will also do some more work. Magical. Oh, I'm not fastening that on very well. I'll do some more magical work on it to enhance those protective qualities. I hadn't fastened it up tight enough. I need to learn how to solder. That'll be my next. My dad could solder, well, because he was an electrician. It would have been a bit bad if he couldn't. But my dad passed 6 years ago. And I only started crafting 6 years ago when dad died. So, obviously, he can't show me. So I need help. I'm going to do a soldering course. There we go, that's back on. So there you go. So all these little loops that you've got, you would just fasten on your dangles. There we are. So thank you for watching. I'm Sharon and this is Creating the Mind Space, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.